Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. The case that I'm going to be looking into today is the murder of Sasha Krause. They were living in Farmington in Mexico. Now the family were actually Mennonites, which is highly religious group of people. They would, as far as I've seen, like not use a lot of technology and dress a bit more, what's the word, old-fashioned? No? But you know what I mean. Anyway. And Sasha would actually become a school teacher. She was a teacher in Farmington Mennonite Church. It was said that Sasha was really kind, really caring. Also, something else that the Mennonites apparently can't do is they are pacifists. So a lot of them will not partake in violence whatsoever. And Sasha was, like I said, a Mennonite. She was just a really lovely person. She was 27 years old at the time of this case happening. And this was on the 18th of January 2020 that we're going to jump forward to. Now, Sasha went out. She drove out to go and do a few errands. And she had to then go to the church, well, the class, whatever, because she had a lesson there and she was trying to sort it all out for it. Now, it apparently wasn't far from where she actually lived, but she drove there anyway. But she never came back. Eventually, she was reported as a missing person, and the police started their investigation and began looking into where Sasha had gone. There was not much evidence at all because she just kind of vanished. Her car, I believe her car was found. And the keys were still in it, or like in a strange place. Something like that, in the door or something. I think. It was pretty much established that Sasha had not run away or anything like that. She had no plans to do so. And that this was more of foul play involved, like somebody had taken her or something along those lines. That was quickly on the cards, basically, with the police investigation. And of course, the police followed every lead that they could. But like I said, they didn't have very much to go on. Sasha just simply vanished. They tried tracking her through her phone and things like that. They managed to track her so far. But again, the phone was shut off, like most people know these days. And that was that, basically. Once it had been turned off, they could do nothing more. Now, let me tell you, a full month later, after searching for Sasha, a body was found. This was on the 21st of February, but it was nowhere close to where Sasha had actually gone missing. So this was near Flagstaff in Arizona, and of course she lived in Farmington in Mexico, so nowhere near. But some camper had found a body, and this body was a female lying face down. He had just gone to get some firewood and sadly came across this horrific discovery. Sorry if you can hear the kittens meowing, but my cat had kittens. They weren't wanted or planned or anything, and I wanted to get her spayed, but not in time, so that's what you will hear if you hear meowing, so my apologies for that one. Anyway, sorry, back to the story. Yeah, the camper came across this horrific discovery. It was, as I said, a female. She had been hit in the head and also shot in the same place, and was also bound by tape. So can you just like imagine being the person to find that? Absolutely devastating. And eventually the remains with what she was wearing, so I don't think she was like naked or anything, but from the clothes found, I think they were on her, not around her. They looked through missing persons report, and it very quickly became clear who this person probably would be, that it was Sasha, and eventually it was confirmed to certainly be the body of Sasha Krause. The sad thing is here as well is her body didn't show any signs of defensive wounds whatsoever, so she had none on her hands or anything like that. So going off what you're looking at, it seems like she just went willingly with this person. As I said, she was a Mennonite, and they are, I forgot the word, pacifist. But you would have thought that instinct would have kicked in. But then also I thought that, did they know that because they're thinking she willingly went with this person and didn't fight back, no defensive wounds. But if she was clonked on the head, maybe maybe it disorientated her or knocked her out or something. That's what I was thinking anyway. Now they were looking at homicide rather than a missing person, which is devastating, but they wanted to find out who did this to Sasha. And the police did something that would drastically narrow down the search of whom they were looking for and eventually find that person, thank goodness. It was that there was these main 3 cell towers around where Sasha's body was found. And so they dropped a whole bunch of data on it and tried to ping like every phone that was pinging in the area, right? And they got some back. They matched them around about the time of that area, around the time that I think that Sasha went missing, because they believed that she was basically taken the same day and then murdered not long after. And only one number came up with one name, and that was Mark Gooch. Now, they looked into his background, you know, criminal check like they always do. He had nothing apart from probably speeding tickets. I think I saw speeding fines, something like that. He also had spent some time in the Air Force. So, you know, going off that, you're thinking he's a stand-up guy. Obviously, he wasn't. As the police looked more into it, they found out that Matt had actually been raised as a Mennonite, and he hated the religion. He found it very restrictive. He quickly left and just did his own thing. But the one thing that he managed to keep was that absolute burning fury of a hatred for the Mennonite community. And obviously, Sasha was that, a Mennonite. So they brought him in, they questioned him. There's actual footage that you can watch about it. And they're asking him if he travelled on this day and yada, yada, yada. He said that he travelled to one place, but then didn't include like a second place. Then they questioned him further and he said, oh yeah, I went to this place and then I was looking around Mennonite churches because that was my religion once and all this lot. And the detective's like, well, why didn't you mention this before? When I asked you if you travelled anywhere, you only mentioned the one place. And he's like, oh, I forgot, I guess. They eventually found out that he had driven for hours to get to the area that Sasha had gone missing from. So, and he was in the area at the time she went missing. They proved this by CCTV, I believe. But when they questioned him, obviously on that, he was saying that he went to go and see a ski resort, and that's when he went on about the churches. And they could tell that he was lying about it. His phone pinged not far from where Sasha's body was found. And also they found out that he had his car fully valeted inside and out. And that, my friend, was on the day that they announced that they had found Sasha's body. So he's thinking, oh crap, you know, like, I have to go and get rid of all the evidence, clean my car. So he did. He got rid of everything and cleaned it inside out. Now they wanted to know the reason behind it. As I've already told you, he did hate the Mennonite community, so you don't have to reach very far to find the reason, because that is it. They found conversations between him and his brother about how they despise them. Mark would apparently try and cough on them to give them COVID, because this was around COVID. Things like that. And they would just generally talk about the hatred that they had for the religion and the churches. They found evidence on his phone, I believe, that he actually admitted to somebody, I'm not sure who, that he had followed Sasha and murdered her. And then a friend came forward, obviously this is going through the news and whatnot, a friend came forward to say that Mark had actually given them, I'm not sure if it's he or she, a rifle to look after. And I think his brother found this out, so he went to go and get rid of the gun, and the police were ready and waiting for him to turn up because they knew about the gun, and they figured that maybe his brother would try and get rid of it for him. But, unlucky mate. Mark was charged. Of course, he pled not guilty because more or less don't they always? But he got found guilty, thank goodness. He got charged with murder without the possibility of parole, which is a good result all around if you ask me. And it seems, like I said, this was a crime of opportunity, a wrong place, wrong time kind of thing, because Sasha was in the Mennonite church. He was following her around down to the Mennonite church, and he killed her because she was a Mennonite. If it would have been anybody else, so it wasn't that Sasha that he was targeting per se, if there would have been any other Mennonite there, sadly they would have been the victim instead. So it wasn't exactly Sasha, it was just someone, and Sasha sadly was there at the time. And it's just so frustrating that he felt like he, I don't know, he could just take someone's life away like that. It's disgusting. But yeah, that is the case, and that is so heartbreaking for Sasha. She was just starting out a lesson, and some evil person just came in and took her life. She was so young as well, 27, such a nice woman. But yeah, it is very annoying, and that is the end of this case. If you guys have enjoyed the video, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. But that's all I have today on the case of Sasha Krause. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.